The 2026 NSAA state basketball coverage on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. And by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
To make a meal out of this state tournament, Malcolm or Fort Calhoun? We're about to find out. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. It's 3-seed against 7-seed. What is it about Fort Calhoun and major upsets in the state tournament? A few years ago it was the boys. Now the girls have their chance to shine, but they're going to need another sterling effort to beat a very talented Malcolm team today.
Well, Malcolm is really good, but I learned yesterday you don't overlook Fort Calhoun. Coach Jones said it well. This is a good team. I mean, they have done everything they had to do to get to this point. They're the 7th seed, but they beat Lincoln Christian. So I think this is going to be a very tight ball game, and I love Fort Calhoun's attitude. I like the way they show up and play. Malcolm is so talented. This should be a great ball game.
Let's talk talent. Malcolm has one of the best in any class. And Hallie Dolliver was over 20 points, 10 rebounds yesterday. They'll probably need that kind of effort out of her again today.
Yeah, and she seems to do it so effortlessly. She's got one of the best catch in the lane and turnaround jump shots that I've ever seen. She's going to be a matchup problem, and she can score at a high level, but she does a lot of other things well. She rebounds well. She's a good passer, too. She does everything for this Malcolm team. For Fort Calhoun to win, they're going to have to try to take the ball out of her hands as much as possible.
Meanwhile, Fort Calhoun beat Lincoln Christian in overtime yesterday, largely without Ansley Ellefson, a remarkable talent. But, Lou, if she only scores 5 points today, Fort Calhoun is not winning.
Well, some knucklehead yesterday said they didn't have any great players at Fort Calhoun. Ansley Ellison's a great player, averages almost a double-double, and much, like Dolliver, she does a little bit of everything for this team. She's a scorer, she's a rebounder. She's got to be a scorer today. She's got to have a big game, I think, for them to advance to beat Malcolm.
Well, our average height of our broadcast crew is about to get a lot taller after the break. Pat Jansen joins us with more on this matchup next. You're watching State Tournament Basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The HEI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Bryce, Scott Coleman, or Brandon Ruki. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information. It's the Declaration of Deal sales event. Head to William Crowder Company in O'Neill, your trusted Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership with the selection you want and the service you deserve. From powerful new Ram trucks to adventurous Jeeps and family-ready SUVs, William Crowder Company is also your local marine center featuring Lund boats built for fishing, fun, and making memories on the water. With several options for the serious fisherman or woman. William Crowder Company in O'Neill. Drive it, tow it, boat it, and love it.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Back here for state tournament pregame at Pinnacle Bank Arena. I'm Pat Jansen. We'll have game coming up for you in just a second. And it was a historic day yesterday for Fort Calhoun girls basketball with the Pioneers knocking off two-time defending champion Lincoln Christian. None of the players on the floor had been alive the last time that the Pioneers had won a state tournament game in 2005. But that doesn't mean there weren't people on the bench who remembered that game. In fact, Mark Bauman, who was the head coach of that Pioneer squad, is an assistant on this year's Fort Calhoun girls team. And Allie Schieffer, who's 5th all-time in assists, is also an assistant on this team. She was a player on that 2005 runner-up team for Fort Calhoun. Speaking of history, there's a lot of it on the Malcolm bench. Dennis Pritchard with 526 career victories. He's won 4 state championships as a head coach. 3 at Falls City Sacred Heart, and 1 at Lincoln East. He got hired in August for Malcolm, and the assumption was, since he was going to retire from education at the end of this year, that it would be a 1-year position. But he said today he wants to be in this position as long as Malcolm administration will let him be there. As far as today, the here and now, both coaching staffs have concerns about the turnaround from yesterday to today. Pritchard is a little bit concerned about the physical wear down of his team. They play very physically. They get after it. He said, well, we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, Eric Jones said his team really had to deal with the emotions of yesterday. He said his team has been very good at having a 24-hour rule from the previous game, but he acknowledges it's only been about 19 since yesterday. We'll see which team responds the best and heads to the state championship game. We've got state tournament basketball coming up after this on News Channel Nebraska.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. And by Crotter Auto, William Crotter Company in Crotter Home Center in O'Neill, Nebraska.
My family's been farming since the early 1900s, and it's still where we like to call home. I get to go out to the field. I get to see farmers. When they have someone that actually experienced it, they're more willing to open up and talk to you a lot more. They just kind of become a part of you.
Fort Calhoun and Malcolm in the final Class C1 semifinal matchup alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Let's tell you the tale of these two schools in our school spotlight. The Malcolm Clippers back at state. Their last appearance here 3 years ago. They've suffered through injuries, all kinds of heartache. This is a really big year for Malcolm, as you've got Hallie Dolliver as a senior for this squad. Just the second time she's been playing here at state. You talk to folks around the program, this year feels really, really important for them as they feel like they've got a team that absolutely can cut down the nets this year. Meanwhile, Fort Calhoun, Coach Eric Jones's program, making their 6th appearance. They've not been here in 19 years, and they are taking full advantage. They get the 3 full days as they get the win yesterday over the 2-time defending champs. I thought a good point by Coach Eric Jones. You've got that emotional, physical, overtime game, and then 19 hours later have a state semifinal. That's a tough ask, but thankfully, Lou, if you or I were asked to do that, we would just be tapping out immediately. These athletes certainly accustomed to this type of thing, but it's still going to be tough. This will be a war of attrition, I think, today between both these teams.
I agree with you. I think physically, I think the kids are okay. It's mentally because you really fought and you found a way to knock off Lincoln Christian, and the emotions of that game and the exhilaration that came with it. Now you've got to come back and do it again. That's really, really difficult to do. These are all young kids. They're fine. They're not old and gray like we are, but they are. It's the mental side that you have to worry about. Are they going to be able to focus and be at that same level today against Malcolm?
Let's talk starting lineups. Our starting lineups brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. We talked about Ansley Ellefson. She was limited to 5 points, did have 12 rebounds yesterday. Their key players yesterday aren't on your screen currently. Delia Hallberg had the game of her life yesterday, 14 points and 6 rebounds off the bench. And, of course, who will ever forget the shot that Isabel Ray hit to send them on to the next level? They come off the bench. But, again, if they're going to win today, Ansley Ellefson's got to have more than 5. Ari Nelson did not score yesterday. They can't have that happen. I thought Rayanne Massey, though, was very good for them offensively and defensively. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. She's kind of the X factor for them in the starting lineup.
I thought Maylee Nelson had a good game yesterday. That she kind of kept that team afloat there in a very difficult game against Lincoln Christian.
Meanwhile, Malcolm, this team's banged up. They're without Baylor Bratisovsky. The junior had been averaging 6 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. She's out for the year. She was injured in mid-February. Of course, Hallie Dolliver coming back from having her entire season wiped out a year ago. But there's Peyton Dolliver, and the sophomore, my goodness, if you had not seen her before yesterday, she arrived in a big way with 26 and 7. She is incredible. The question, I think, what can they get from the Kenna Wilcoxes, the Blair Duzicks of the world? Only 2 bench points yesterday for Malcolm as well. At this stage of the game, you want more production out of players like that. I think it'll be fascinating to see who steps up for Malcolm today.
Be very important. You mentioned Peyton Dolliver. We talked about Haley Dolliver. They're special players. They're great players. That supporting cast has to be good because you're not going to beat teams like Fort Calhoun. And certainly if you can win, you play a team like Milford, if you get the win tomorrow, those players have to play big here. And certainly today, Fort Calhoun is an exceptional team.
Malcolm's record against state qualifiers now 4-1 after their win yesterday. Their only loss to Milford, a 2-point loss back on January the 8th. They've also beaten Central City. They beat Holdridge. They destroyed Beatrice back in December. As for Fort Calhoun, 3-1 against other state qualifiers this year. Prior to yesterday, the only state qualifier they'd beaten was UTAM. They beat them twice, lost to Guardian Angel Central Catholic during a holiday tournament, and then yesterday the big win over Lincoln Christian. Winner gets Milford tomorrow. Fort Calhoun, the upset-minded 7 seed Malcolm, the championship caliber 3 seed, and away we go. So glad you could join us here on News Channel Nebraska.
It's really important, I think, this early in the ballgame for Fort Calhoun. We talked about the mental side of the game. You want to get off to a good start and get yourself in that right frame of mind early.
Dolliver the drive and dish. Wilcox gives up top. Lena Schmidt, the junior. Dolliver thought 3, thought better of it. The drive and kick. Peyton Dolliver left it short. Ellefson the rebound. Tough outlet pass up ahead, turned over. Back come the Clippers. Ellefson picks up Dolliver. That's a great one-on-one matchup. Good touch. Malcolm strikes first.
Hallie Dolliver is so good around that rim, so good in the paint. She's got one of the best releases, I think. I talked about that turnaround jump shot, but she's just got a great release close to the bucket.
Now back comes Fort Calhoun. Ari Nelson, the senior. Down low they go, going right at Dolliver. Well defended. Short armed by Maley Nelson, 2 points shy of a double-double yesterday. Peyton Dolliver, the sophomore. Extra pass, open 3. Missed everything. Dolliver tried to keep it alive. It'll go to Fort Calhoun. As we look at our replays, those are brought to you by Lincoln Airport. Fly easy, fly local, fly LNK.
Good effort there by Dolliver trying to save that basketball.
Alabama, the senior, great move off the dribble. Iron unkind, Dolliver the rebound. 3-on-2. Dolliver tries a Euro step, too many steps. That was a Euro step, an Asia step, a little bit of Africa step as well. A world traveler there.
That was continental there. Several steps, but the travel.
Fort Calhoun to the front court. Here's Ellefson. Spots up. Can't hit. Rebound in traffic and a foul over the top. That'll be on Nelson. Ansley Ellefson, Lou, you and I saw her at the Kearney Basketball Showcase earlier this year and really not seen Fort Calhoun much. Hard not to be impressed with literally everything Ansley Ellefson does. She is a complete player.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She has really no weakness in her game. She does everything and is an everything player for this team.
Trouble for Malcolm. They're not going to beat the shot clock. Went out of bounds yesterday anyway. And Fort Calhoun will keep and take over. See the Fort Calhoun faithful.
Bailey Nelson, great pressure from her, forcing a bad pass from Wilcox.
Coach Jones calls their style controlled chaos. They just fly around, trying to make things tough on the other team. 25-2 this year are the Pioneers. Riding the baseline, over 2 defenders. No. Rebound, Dolliver underneath. She's fouled. Haley Nelson, pretty good look at it there. Fort Calhoun stays stymied. Missed their first 2 shots.
Between the Dollivers, you got Haley, who's usually the one crashing the glass. But Peyton also can get rebounds too. That's averages about 7.5 a game.
Haley Dolliver, wide open look off the kick. Good. Nothing but the bottom for Rayanne Massey.
Those shots have to go in. There's so much focus on the Dollivers. Massey should have those opportunities. That was a good hit early in the game.
My apologies, that's Kenna Wilcox.
Wilcox
that hit the shot.
Looking at the I did the same exact thing you did. I did exactly what you did.
Ellefson drives, stops, off the window, no. Follows her shot and fills it up. That's Ansley Ellefson in a nutshell, right there.
Yeah, just great effort there. That's what Ellefson gives the entire ball game. Great effort.
Wilcox. Outside Schmidt. Dolliver drives, hammered. And she'll shoot. That'll be Isabel Ray, the 5'9" sophomore. The hero from yesterday. Here you see Coach Jones.
He's an awesome guy. I loved interviewing him. I love talking to him before the game. I love talking to him after the game. A very passionate fellow. He loves this team.
Was head coach at Brownell Talbot for 3 years. He's coached at Pleasanton as well. And there you see one of the best to ever do it, Dennis Pritchard. Lincoln East, Sacred Heart, everywhere he's gone, he's been a winner. Good player as well, played college at Peru State.
Malcolm could do a heck of a lot worse than keeping Coach Pritchard around. He's a great coach. You're right.
That is a coup. Foul called on the floor. Our first quarter brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic Norfolk. They're building a legacy one patient at a time, one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, they're here for you today and every day. Back to Pritchard, Lou. I think it's akin to when Fremont hired Kelly Flynn.
Yeah.
It's that type of hire.
Great comparison.
Mad scramble, Malcolm out with it. Into the front court comes Duzick. Tough shot off the window. Malcolm rolling early. Fort Calhoun's got to talk it over. 4:28 to go, first quarter. The Clippers with a little controlled chaos of their own. Up 7 early going. You're watching state tournament basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Quality matters. It starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Well, we talked about it. You know what the Dollivers bring to the table for Malcolm. Who else can step up? Early on, Kenna Wilcox hits a 3. Blair Duzick, a great play just a moment ago. They've already both eclipsed their combined scoring from yesterday. That's huge for the Clippers.
That's absolutely huge. You want those players playing confidently and looking for their shots and being more than just complimentary players.
Ari Nelson surveys. Swung to Ellefson. Jump stop over 2 defenders. Peyton Dolliver clears it. Off and running, 3-on-2. Dolliver on a dead sprint, controls herself, gets to the bucket. She just made that look easy. That is really hard to do what she just did.
I was going to say the same thing. She just like knife through butter, right? I mean, you got to get in front of her. You've got to make her get rid of the basketball.
Good strong drive at the other end. That'll send Rayanne Massey, the junior, to the line. Free throws have been a little below average for Fort Calhoun this year, 57% from the land of the free. Massey, the junior. A stat filler, 10 points, just shy of 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals a game. That was exactly the kind of game she played yesterday against Lincoln Christian.
The construction workers at the game today.
Really,
nothing's getting done out there.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of empty sites out there. Splits the pair back to an 8-point contest. Bailey Nelson returns to the game. Massey will sit. Full court pressure here for Fort Calhoun. Up fake, extra pass. Baseline floater off the sideboard. Ellefson draws a crowd. Offensive foul. Dolliver took it. Drew the charge. But boy, you can see Malcolm's strategy right away. They are shutting the door on anything that Ellefson wants to try to do.
Absolutely. Holly Dolliver did a great job, and I believe, I think it was Peyton on the other side there that they just sandwiched her. But you talk about defense. You play defense with your feet. That's a good job by Holly Dolliver to move her feet, get in position to draw that sharp.
Dolliver quickly into the front court. Lost it on the way up, back to Fort Calhoun. Thought she was fouled. Never really had control of that one, though.
That's a good no call there.
Fort Calhoun quickly to the rack. Left short. Dolliver out with it. Throw it away. Off the turnover. Isabel Ray, the sophomore.
Who wouldn't want to be Isabel Ray for a day after yesterday's shot? That was a dream sequence, and she made the most of it.
Makes the most of her opportunity there. 2-possession game. Ray's productive off the bench, just shy of 8 points a game. She's been great all year. That's a tough jumper even for someone like Dolliver. Nelson the rebound.
Excellent box out there by Nelson to get that rebound.
Massey. Lobbing, looking for position. That's good post defense there by Laurel Johnson, the 6'2 junior. Oh, what a move up ahead. Dolliver, easy as you please. Peyton Dolliver.
That pass got past the defense, and Dolliver's not going to miss that shot.
Fort Calhoun trying to maintain early on. Open look. A little malnourished. Wilcox the rebound. Great ball movement. Incredible ball movement there. The extra find. Lena Schmidt finds Laurel Johnson. Malcolm's up 10.
Great touch pass there by Schmidt.
Tried to drive and kick, drawing damage down low. Fort Calhoun will inbound. Foul on Peyton Dolliver, her first. Blair Duzick back into the game for the Clippers. Ellefson returning to the game as well. Malcolm in the early going. Finding a comfort level offensively, 6 of 11 from the field. Calhoun almost didn't beat the 5 there. Now awkward, outside. That 3-2 strong. Dolliver, outlet. Wow. Peyton Dolliver will still track it down. That's incredible speed. Great outlet pass through the tip. Peyton Dolliver finds the finish. She's got 8.
82-foot play and about one pass.
Ansley Ellefson quickly at the other end.
Good answer there quickly by Fort Calhoun.
Duzick. Straightaway triple try, no. Ellefson clears it out. Final minute, first quarter. Fort Calhoun looking for a mini run. Open 3, nothing but the bottom for Rayanne Massey.
That time it was Massey in the corner.
Malcolm wasting no time off every made bucket, Lou. They waste no time getting up the floor.
Yeah, they're playing racehorse basketball, and they're doing it well. They're very efficient.
Back comes Calhoun. Back and forth we go. Shot clock will not be an issue in this game, I don't think.
Now, Pioneer's not going anywhere. They're going to keep battling, and a great answer, a couple great answers back-to-back from the Pioneers.
Shot clock is off. Malcolm, though, look if it's open, hoisted. Laurel Johnson playing well off the bench. 3 of 3 from the field.
Yeah, that helps a ton.
Peyton Dolliver, the rejection. Fort Calhoun won't get a shot off. Well, a great defensive play there, but if you like offense, you've come to the right place. Fort Calhoun and Malcolm lighting it up, but it's the Clippers. Up 9, 21-12. Malcolm with the lead. You're watching state tournament basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game. Ignite the fire and find peace. And by The Seed House in O'Neill, Nebraska, a seed for every need.
The air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside air. John Henry's priority is keeping your home safe and healthy for you and your family. Cleaning your home's air duct system is an important part of that goal. Our service professionals will clean your air ducts using top-of-the-line equipment that pulls air in reverse through the duct system, while using compressed air and agitation tools to remove unwanted particles. Once the air is discharged, it runs through 3 stages of filtration, leaving your air duct system restored and functioning cleaner than ever. Contact John Henry's today and schedule your steps to a healthier home.
Fort Calhoun faithful saw their team come up with a monster upset yesterday, but early on, both these teams talked about concern after playing so soon after games yesterday. At least for Malcolm, no issue. 60% from the floor in the first quarter, a 21-point quarter. Clippers lighten it up early on.
They're getting some good looks. They're getting some good opportunities. Peyton Dolliver's had a couple of lay-ins, but they're getting help. I love Laurel Johnson, averages 2 points a game, already has 6. That's great news for Malcolm.
21-12 on our scoreboard, brought to you by Aurora Cooperative, helping you add value to every aspect of your operation. Check them out at auroracoop.com. The Aurora Co-op scoreboard constantly changing in this game so far.
Yeah, a lot of offense. Massey again with a big-time shot.
Rayanne Massey with 9 in the early going. Dolliver turns the corner and 1. You said earlier you got to stay in front of her, Lou. My counter would be how.
Yeah, exactly. Well, how is you got to have help. You got to get somebody to cheat over there. And you saw Bauman swinging at the ball, but getting over there late. You've got to get help on that inside, from that weak side. Somebody's got to rotate over and force her to kick the ball back out. She's just too good at driving into the paint and making things happen.
That foul, by the way, on Ellefson, her second. 9-point advantage for the Clippers. Ellefson pivots to Bauman. Wide open look up top. Instead takes the mid-range. Dolliver says go get it. Peyton Dolliver does. Fort Calhoun gets back. Peyton Dolliver draws damage.
That's the old, the average 82-foot outlet pass.
Not sure if that's Hallie Dolliver or Kevin Love out there.
Yeah. Well, and you got a player like Peyton that can absolutely fly and go get it. Why not?
It's like, quarterbacks used to say when you had like Randy Moss or something. Just sometimes you just throw it as far as you could and just count on him to go find it. That's kind of what happened there. I'm not sure if that's up to dress code. Dolliver splits the bear at the line.
I'm sure it's cute when they do it.
Yeah, sure, yeah. When I come, authorities get called. Dolliver with 12 in the early going. Malcolm up 10. Face up, well defended by Dolliver. Another outlet up ahead, this time taken away by Bauman. She's seen enough of those. Ellefson wants 3. Rebound cleared by Lena Schmidt. Ellefson the steal. Oh, she wants that one back.
What a great steal, but it didn't finish it.
Peyton Dolliver marked defensively. Now swung left side. Massey, or rather Wilcox. Dolliver. Boy, oh boy. Malcolm is dialed in early on. 10 of 16, now 11 of 17 from the field.
Hallie Dolliver has such a good-looking shot. I talked about her release.
Turnover, unforced error, 2-on-1. Dolliver stripped from behind. Great play by Bauman. Now Ellefson wants to go coast to coast. Dolliver swallows it. Up ahead, Peyton Dolliver. Back and forth they go. This is pendulum offense right now. Malcolm up 15.
Well, first of all, great defense by Hallie Dolliver. Held her ground. Ellison couldn't go anywhere, and then right back up the floor to Peyton Dolliver for yet another lay-in.
Fort Calhoun needs to commiserate. Malcolm doubling up the Pioneers. You're watching state tournament basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
My family's been farming since the early 1900s, and it's still where we like to call home. I get to go out to the field. I get to see farmers. When they have someone that actually experienced it, they're more willing to open up and talk to you a lot more. They just kind of become a part of you.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Second quarter here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. That's brought to you by John Henry's. Their family serving yours. Whoop! Are we on TV? Okay, yep, we're cheering. We were cheering the whole time. Fort Calhoun's fans.
They have a real hard-nosed cheerleading coach.
Trying to muster their way back into this one. 9 unanswered by Malcolm, and a lot of it on the fast break on turnovers. Good defense again, a little too good, say the officials. That's a foul on Hallie Dolliver. That'll be her first.
I think the foul comes on the shot block. If she holds her position and just goes straight up, that's probably not a foul.
As it is Rayanne Massey at the line. Short on the first. She's been 46% from the land of the three this year.
The way Malcolm is scoring, Fort Calhoun has to be good at the free throw line here when they have those opportunities.
Offensive rebound off the miss. Shot blocked. Third time the charm for Rayanne Massey. Dolliver. Top of the key, Duzick. Now back down it goes. Hallie Dolliver. Size advantage. She'll head to the line.
A one-on-one, that's a very difficult matchup for anybody with Hallie Dolliver. She is proficient in that post and very adept at getting to the free throw line.
She's being guarded right now by Cammie Nelson, 5'10 sophomore. Dolliver, good free throw shooter. 78% from the charity stripe this season. Second in Class C1 in double-doubles. 7th in the state of Nebraska. Splits the pair. Rebound to Nelson. Good strong take. Shot short. Ball bounced off just about everybody. Last touch by Fort Calhoun.
One thing for Fort Calhoun, I think, in a game like this with the up and down fast pace, they've got a pretty good bench. We talked about that yesterday. Hallberg played very well. Ray with the big-time game-winning shot. You had some great production yesterday off the bench.
Back out, kicked up. Dolliver. Not there. Ray was in position, and she's fouled. A foul on Laurel Johnson, the 6'2 junior. Back into the game for Fort Calhoun, Maylee Nelson. Cammie Nelson sits down. Fort Calhoun has slowed this game down a little bit. I think probably wisely. Malcolm has shown that an up-tempo game likely favors them. Good touch pass down low. Ray, good position. Great shot, right block, back to a 12-point game.
Ray is really good in that low block. Being able to get her shot off. Not the tallest in the world, but strong. Strong with the heel.
Off the turnover. From the right side, the transition. Delia Hallberg, the 5'6 sophomore.
I believe Hallberg was the leading scorer yesterday.
She was off the bench with 14, had 6 rebounds as well. They close out on Johnson. Dolliver directs traffic. Wilcox. Marks jumped in front of it, and a foul going to be called on Dolliver. Good recognition there by Maylee Nelson to force the turnover. The foul on Peyton Dolliver, her second.
Well, that's how Fort Calhoun's going to get back in the game, is through just some really strong defensive effort. Get out there, get some steals, overplay the passing lane sometimes and take some chances, but they're playing very well defensively right now.
It's one thing that Malcolm has struggled with a bit today. 7 turnovers already. Although they get one back. Tipped out, but will stay with Malcolm. Hey, folks, stick around. We've got our halftime show coming up, brought to you by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Also brought to you by Nebraska Farm Bureau. Winner gets Milford tomorrow. Congratulations to the Eagles. They vanquished Gothenburg in the semifinals earlier today. Fort Calhoun staying in front of it. Wilcox. Not a lot of movement from Malcolm. Now Dolliver trying to clear out down low. Dolliver floats one too strong. Isabel Ray the rebound. Trying to make it a single-digit deficit game here. Beautifully done. Great pass. Good strong take by Maylee Nelson. She looks for 3 the hard way.
Maylee Nelson did a really nice job leaning into the contact there. Force that foul to be called that it does on Schmidt.
Yep.
Not only leaning in and drawing contact, but scoring, giving yourself a chance now to cut it to 7 with a 3-point play.
7 unanswered for the Pioneers. Full court pressure. Feel like you do that at your own peril with a passer like Hallie Dolliver. They get back off the high window. No, Massey the board. She's fouled. Blair Duzick, the freshman, called for her second. Here come the Pioneers.
Another good rebound, Maylee Nelson. It's I just mentioned you're going to do it with defense. Also, limiting Malcolm to one and done. That's important.
Huge. That is huge. Thus far, Malcolm does not have an offensive rebound. Nelson hits the free throw. Malcolm now going on 2.5 minutes without a point. This is where Fort Calhoun's going to need to be above average today, though, Lou.
Yep.
57% on the season, splits the pair there. They're going to have to shoot above 57 to hang with Malcolm.
You got to have every possible point you can get.
Yeah.
Malcolm can score at a high level. You got to do that to hang with him.
Jones had good position, follows the shot. That's the first offensive rebound for Malcolm. Mad scramble. Everybody on the floor. Hallberg's out with it. Hallberg wants to go coast to coast. Backs it out, Massey. Now Rayanne Massey. Oh, nice move. Gets back inside. Switches to the right hand. 4-point game.
Here comes Fort Calhoun. Missed opportunity on one end for the Malcolm Clippers. Goes the other way, and now it's a 4-point game.
The defensive intensity starting to pick up a little bit, too. Hallie Dolliver will inbound right in front of us.
One thing you know about Fort Calhoun is they're not going anywhere. No matter what the score is, they're going to keep battling.
This team matches the passion of their head coach. That is for sure. Dolliver off the crossover, the step back. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
What do you call that? That's talent. That is incredible talent.
Back to a 7-point game. In and out, back in again. Back and forth we go. We're making some work on our production staff to put together our halftime highlights. I'll show you those, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. 5-point game. Final minute. Knocked out, stays with Malcolm. His Fort Calhoun team. You know, the book on them, 7 seed, their schedule not as loaded as some of the others that you see. All they did was play who was in front of them.
Yeah.
Win every game but 2. Now they've shown they've learned quite a bit. Dolliver sticks with it. Draws damage and 1. Man, oh man. Allie Dolliver. She's in double figures now.
Three Fort Calhoun players surrounding her. Still able to score.
11.7 rebounds already. Again, it trails only Shayla Rottenberg in Class C1 in double-doubles this year.
Well, the Dolliver sisters in that game against Holdridge, combined, they had 48 points and 21 rebounds. That is incredible.
8-point lead for Malcolm. Shot clock essentially off, just a second difference between the two. Tough shot there in traffic. Got the call, though. Delia Hallberg. That foul on Peterman, her first. Sorry, Tiedemann. Hallberg misses on the front end. Fort Calhoun just 3 of 8 from the free throw line.
We keep harping on that, but they got to shoot well here.
Yep.
And Hallberg, her play here is kind of on notice for next season, as she's only a sophomore.
Dolliver the rebound. 2 rebounds shy of a double-double in the first half. Tipped, kept alive. Plenty of time for Malcolm. Wilcox in a little trouble. Now Dolliver. Crosses up on 2 defenders. Steps back. Extra pass. Shot! Good! Lena Schmidt beats the buzzer. The Clippers an offensive flurry to end the first half. Lena Schmidt beats the buzzer. Malcolm's up 10, 39-29. Halftime show next. You're watching State Championship Basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
CN Sports is brought to you by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game. Ignite the fire and find peace. And by The Seed House in O'Neill, Nebraska, a seed for every need.
The air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside air. John Henry's priority is keeping your home safe and healthy for you and your family. Cleaning your home's air duct system is an important part of that goal. Our service professionals will clean your air ducts using top-of-the-line equipment that pulls air in reverse through the duct system, while using compressed air and agitation tools to remove unwanted particles. Once the air is discharged, it runs through 3 stages of filtration, leaving your air duct system restored and functioning cleaner than ever. Contact John Henry's today and schedule your steps to a healthier home.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss. More shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
Been a fun one here at Pinnacle Bank Arena alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Halftime here in Class C1 semifinal, 39-29. Malcolm with the lead over Fort Calhoun at the break. quick 5-0 flurry there over the last 37 seconds, extending the lead for Malcolm. But this has really been a back-and-forth affair. Fort Calhoun not shying away from the third-seeded Clippers.
Well, I like the effort that Fort Calhoun has had, and they're really starting to attack the basket. They're getting to the free throw line. We've said it several times. You're playing a team like Malcolm that can score at that level. You've got to be able to be efficient. You've got to make free throws. But they've been in attack mode, and that's a good thing. I think for Malcolm, you've had some. We talked about it. Some of the surrounding cast with the Dollivers. They've played well. They've been more than just complimentary players. They've been producers. That's one of the reasons that Malcolm is up 11 right now.
You look at our first half stats. Malcolm has shot the ball really well so far, shooting at 50%. The difference, I think, right now for Fort Calhoun, what's kept them in it, they forced turnovers. 7 turnovers by Malcolm in the first half. Other than that, things fairly even outside of that shooting percentage by Malcolm. They have really been lighting it up. And a lot of it is set up by what they're doing in transition off of missed shots.
Yeah, Malcolm's been able to push the ball down the floor 2 or 3 times, at least 3 times. Peyton Dolliver's got behind the defense, has been able to get lay-ins. That helps your shooting percentage when you're making layups. But that fast pace, that's what Malcolm's been able to do. And if they can continue to do that, they'll have a great shot to advance here. Fort Calhoun, again, they've just got to be tough, be resilient. We've seen it. They are that, but they have to be efficient on the offensive end.
Let's take a look at our halftime highlights. Those are brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. 39-29. Both of these coaches said they were concerned about, what kind of condition they would be in after playing games yesterday afternoon. Both of these offenses playing pretty well, given they just played less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah, they don't look tired, that's for sure. I love the fast pace, and great finish there. I think, again, we talked about it. It was the physical side of it, I think they're fine. When you look at Fort Calhoun, the mental side, I think they've shown up. They're fine after a very emotional win over Lincoln Christian.
You see Rayanne Massey there. She's been the leader for Fort Calhoun, 13 points in the first half. Ansley Ellefson quiet again, only 5 points yesterday, 4 in the first half. The Pioneers have got to get her going somehow, got to unlock her offensively if they're going to erase this 10-point deficit.
Yeah, you're right. She's got to be the leader offensively. And there's great effort there, great defense blocked by Bauman on Peyton Dolliver.
This was part of a nice run that Fort Calhoun went on in the second quarter, but as they get the steal here, you'll see Delia Hallberg, the sophomore, who's playing well off the bench once again. But the Dolliver sisters have really stepped up yet again. I mean, this play by Hallie Dolliver, you can't defend that, you can't coach that. You just either have it or you don't. Dolliver with 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists, including that pass to Lena Schmidt to beat the buzzer at the end of the first half. 39-29, Malcolm with the lead. More halftime show next. You're watching state championship basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
The Seed House, located in O'Neill, is your Nebraska-owned full-service seed supplier. From corn and soybeans to cover crops, grass seed, and CRP grasses, they have the full lineup to fit your operation. The Seed House also offers agronomy services, seed treatment, soil fertility guidance, and expert crop recommendations tailored to your acres. When it comes to growing success from the ground up, trust local experience. Contact Don and the crew at the Seed House, located in O'Neill, Nebraska, and plant with confidence this season.
Our halftime show is brought to you by RMB Construction and by Nebraska Farm Bureau. NCN Sports is brought to you by Lincoln Airport Authority. Fly easy, fly local, fly LNK. Bernard Real Estate and Auction Company in Auburn and Nebraska City. And by Larson Motors in Nebraska City. Find your new Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram today at LarsonMotorGroup.com.
Ann has been a longtime UBT customer. One day, she was being scammed. We secured her funds and got her set up with new accounts. I just think, if my grandma was in that situation, what would I want someone to do for her?
I hope he doesn't mind that I give him a hug.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Class C1 semifinals. There's only one seat left at the table. Malcolm, Fort Calhoun trying to fill out those reservations. Milford has already booked their spot with a win over Gothenburg earlier today. We've got 16 minutes of regulation basketball to decide who's on the bottom end of that bracket. Folks, our halftime show is brought to you by RMV Construction. If you have a construction project that needs to be built, RMV Construction is the company that you need to call. They have proudly constructed more than 50 WIC buildings across the state. This one you're seeing there is north of Amherst. So WIC buildings are post-framed, pre-engineered metal building systems. They're made with better materials. It's a better building. And RMV Construction can help you with a WIC building if you want. Unmatched durability, energy, efficiency, and design flexibility. Or you can maybe expand your ag operation, create a barn dominium, develop commercial space. Whatever you need, RMV Construction can get it done. They've got offices in Kearney and Lincoln, trusted, local, proven. This is game 2 of 6 on your News Channel Nebraska television slate. Class A takes the floor this afternoon. Millard West and Lincoln North Star again, third year in a row. Those two have tussled during the state tournament. And how about the Kearney Bearcats invading the capital city? Great come-from-behind victory over Lincoln Southwest. They get Omaha North, a team constructed in the offseason. Fascinating matchup there between the Vikings and Bearcats. And then Class B, a couple of fantastic matchups as well. Norris, Gretna East, Pius and Bennington to close things out here on NCN. 39-29 at the break. Malcolm with the lead. You're watching State Championship Basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. And by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
Big ideas, bold graphics, quality products you're proud to wear. That is Custom Sports. Custom Sports, custom graphics, quality products, and timely service you can count on.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley, together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
The future of land is here. Since 2007, National Land Realty has built a nationwide network of experts helping you buy and sell with certainty. We combine deep local knowledge with industry-leading data and innovative tools like Land Tour 360 to ensure every deal is clear, informed, and confident. National Land Realty, turning land into opportunity.
Halftime here in the Class C1 girls semifinals. Malcolm on top of Fort Calhoun. Talked to Fort Calhoun head coach Eric Jones at the break, and he was incredibly disappointed with the start of the game. He said his team came out like a deer in the headlights, really started to find their rhythm in that second quarter. He said he's not too worried. They've come back from 15 down and 13 down earlier this season. The key, he said, is we've got to be us. Meanwhile, Malcolm head coach Dennis Pritchard noticed the same thing. He said he really felt like Fort Calhoun started to be who they were. They were jumping in front of passes and getting by them. He said it also forced his team to freelance a little bit, and they weren't getting into their sets. Both teams have made adjustments in the second half. We'll see what happens here in this third quarter. Eric and Lou, back to you.
Thank you, Pat Jansen. And Coach Dennis Pritchard. It's no surprise that he keeps the frame that he has. I wonder what his pedometer is like at the end of a game.
Yeah.
Peyton Dolliver, quiet in the second quarter. It was Hallie who picked up the slack, as she does there. A second and a third chance. That one falls. Just like that, Hallie Dolliver's got a double-double. 14 points, 10 rebounds.
Yes, get a couple of rebounds right there. That's just a great job. Great job battling underneath there and getting that bucket.
Fort Calhoun found the cutter. Underneath, into deep. Ellefson the rebound. And the roll. Ellefson struggling from the field, just 3 of 9. But a big bucket there. Fort Calhoun back to that full court pressure. Back to that controlled chaos that Coach Jones talks about.
Bailey Nelson, a good effort player for this team. You see her there, number 20. Almost came up with a steal right there.
Outlet pass taken away. Ellefson the steal.
You're hoping that bucket went down for Ellefson, that she gets hot here in the second half.
Nice pass. Through the defenders, Ellefson made herself available. Ari Nelson the assist.
Yeah, fantastic pass. Finished by Ellefson. There's 2 in a row for Ellefson. Good sign for Fort Calhoun.
Fort Calhoun didn't get back. Wilcox can't make him pay. Fort Calhoun off and running. Here's Nelson. An assist last time. This time lost the handle. Ran into a wall called Hallie Dolliver.
Yeah.
Drive and kick. Now Peyton Dolliver. The floater. The follow. The finish. Peyton Dolliver now with 16.
Just a pure scorer there. Able to get to the bucket at will.
Fort Calhoun. Ooh, that's big contact there on the floor. As Rayanne Massey hammered by Wilcox.
One thing that was good in that first half for Malcolm, we talked about the other 4 players around the Dollivers. 13 points in that half. You'd like to see that duplicated here in the second half.
Great production off the bench as well. Laurel Johnson with 6. And their bench only contributed 2 points yesterday in their victory over Holdridge. Now, can Fort Calhoun clean it up at the free throw line? Just 3 of 9 in the first half. Massey hits them both. Back to an 8-point game. Hallie Dolliver, coast to coast. Didn't make the shot, Lou, but that is too easy for someone like her.
Yeah, that's too deep of penetration there. She makes that 90% of the time.
Ellefson. Massey swings to Nelson. Looking down low, Ray has it swiped. Dolliver. Over 2 defenders. First of all, an incredible outlet pass there by Kenna Wilcox. Dolliver does the rest.
And Dolliver, the left-handed finish. Clippers are so adept at getting that pass out and running with the basketball.
Ellefson threw it away. Unforced error. Turnover number 8 for the Pioneers.
Up to that turnover, I would say Fort Calhoun's been pretty efficient. We talked about that. Be efficient, make free throws, and maximize your possessions. But still find themselves down 10. Malcolm has been equally as efficient.
Duzick found the opening. Too strong on the shot. Battle for the rebound. Dolliver came down with it, stepped on the end line, though, so we'll go back to Fort Calhoun. Neither team shooting particularly well from 3. 3 of 10 for Malcolm, 2 of 8 for Fort Calhoun. But neither of these teams have really relied on the outside shot a whole lot this year. Good step through, great defense. Dolliver. Up ahead, Duzick. Open lane, Peyton Dolliver will take that all day.
Yep. Yeah, open like the Red Sea. That's what we talked about earlier. You got to stay in front of her. You can't allow that deep penetration.
18 for the sophomore. Massey too strong. Offensive rebound. Ray can't hit. Dolliver out with it, and she's fouled.
Some tough misses for Fort Calhoun, and Clippers are doing what they do.
Fort Calhoun calls timeout. Malcolm up 12. Almost their largest lead, back up double digits. You're watching state championship basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, this is Chance at our Fountain Point location in Norfolk, Nebraska. We strive to utilize the latest research and the newest evidence-based practices to get our athletes back to their sport as quickly as possible. Whether you are a Division I athlete or just want to get back to walking again without pain, we have the best treatments available to you. Family Physical Therapy offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy services across central and northeast Nebraska. Begin your recovery with Family Physical Therapy today.
In the heart of every community, caring comes naturally. At Nebraska Farm Bureau Health Plans, we are your neighbors, your friends, and partners in health. We believe everyone deserves the very best care tailored to your unique needs. Become a valued member of our family, and we'll take care of you and yours. Together, we care. Together, we grow. Together, we thrive. Nebraska Farm Bureau Health Plans. Plan on us.
Fort Calhoun fans hoping for a rally, down 12, coming up on the halfway mark of the third quarter. Alongside Lou Siefker, Pat Jansen on the sidelines. I'm Eric McKay here on News Channel Nebraska. Allie Dolliver. Up ahead, Schmidt. Right back to her. Last touched by the Pioneers. Give and go. Dolliver to Dolliver. That's a winning connection. Clippers up 14.
Like they're related or something.
Fort Calhoun. This game is kind of slowed down. This is not really where Fort Calhoun wants to play.
Right.
Looking down low. Steps taken. Malcolm basketball.
We talk so much about Allie Dolliver and her ability to score. Yeah. I think her post defense is exceptional. She does not go for fakes. Just sets up that wall, forces you to go around her. And rarely does she make a silly effort at trying to, move over to block a shot or something and then pick up a cheap foul. She's very sound defensively.
And she can run point.
That too.
Brings it ahead. Mid-range, rattling home. Canna Wilcox. Good bounce-back game after being held without a point yesterday. Largest lead for Malcolm now, up to 16. Baseline over 3 defenders. Massey will head to the line. That's Schmidt's second. Massey hits the front end. We'll take another look at the drive. Oral Johnson back into the game for the Clippers, the 6'2 junior.
I think that's what Fort Calhoun has to keep doing. Massey has been a real spark plug for this team. And taking the ball into the paint, fearlessly attacking the interior of that Malcolm defense.
Good pressure here. Scramble out of bounds. Dolliver on the sideline. Pioneer basketball. That's what Fort Calhoun wants to do. They're at their best when they're causing chaos.
They like to trap, and they like to turn you over and then try to get points in transition off of that.
Right side, Massey. Rather, mainly Nelson found an opening. Her first bucket this half.
Nice job by Nelson to realize it's not going to be there, taking it to the bucket. And she had some space, did a nice job pulling up and knocking down a short jumper.
Jump stop, boy, Dolliver so quick to the rack, draws damage. She's got a pair of shots coming.
Staying in front of Peyton Dolliver is like catching the wind. It's next to impossible.
Dolliver 4 of 5 from the line so far today, make it 5 of 6.
Ah, there you go. There's the jackets.
Yeah.
Should have worn mine. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah, the sparkly blue down here, even on the bench, that's assistant coach Amber Dolliver.
There you go. There it is. Wrong one.
So Fort Calhoun, after the made free throws,
It's got to keep being aggressive here. Fort Calhoun. They've got time to come back.
drives, kicks for 3, no. Battle for the boards. Tied up, possession arrow will keep it with Fort Calhoun's side of the ball. Ansley Ellefson. Trying to open up the hoop. There you go. Gets it to go over Dolliver. Ellefson now in double figures. Right away. Malcolm in the front court. Missed everything on the 3. Hallie Dolliver the effort. Fort Calhoun off and running. Travel call. Boy, that's a great job by Peyton Dolliver to get in front of that and prevent the fast break.
I did a really good job. Left that shot short, but stayed with it. Playing defense. Watch Ellefson pick it up, and then Dolliver gets in Ellefson's way, forces her to shuffle her feet, and turns the basketball over.
Timeout called. We'll take one as well. Getting to be crunch time for Fort Calhoun. 12-point lead for the Clippers. You're watching state championship basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Auto Central in Kearney. From cost-effective daily drivers to luxury cars that match your style, Auto Central is sure to have the ride you're looking for. Ignite the fire and find peace. And by Union Bank and Trust. Your money has people.
Fort Calhoun fans wanting to see it come back. They're going to go on a run, Lou. It's probably got to come soon. 10 minutes of regulation basketball left. The Clippers up 12. There's not any one thing that you can really point at and say, oh, that's the difference in this game. It's just kind of death by 1,000 cuts. Malcolm doing so many things well, keeping Fort Calhoun at arm's length.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what they've done, is kept them at arm's length. And for Fort Calhoun, only down 12. You've got to play good defense, which you saw there, rebound the basketball, and then going back to being efficient offensively. You can't have too many open possessions, but a lot of time left here. They've got time to get back in.
Nice pivot. Unlucky on the shot. Dolliver another rebound, throws it away. Ellefson underneath. Ari Nelson will head to the line. That rebound, Hallie Dolliver's 11th. The foul called on Peyton Dolliver. That's her 3rd. Not really much foul trouble at all in this one. Free throw off. Ari Nelson has been among the better free throw shooters for this team this year. Second on the team to Ella Bauman. Missed them both.
That's tough.
Can't come up empty at this stage. Quick hands forcing the tie-up. It will stay with Malcolm. It was good effort there by Massey to take it away from Johnson. Full court pressure. Probably going to see that the rest of the game. There you see right there, immediately causing the tie-up. Fort Calhoun gets it back.
Well, Fort Calhoun plays that full court game very well, and they trap, and they really get you in some bad situations, and they have quick hands. Really good at tying teams up and getting that possession back this time on the alternating possession. But now you've got to be efficient here. Can't leave points out there.
Ellefson forcing the issue, draws the foul on the floor. That's on Kenna Wilcox, her first. If you're Fort Calhoun, you might want to see Ellefson get a little selfish here the rest of the way. Good movement away from the ball. Dolliver yanks it down. Outlet pass. Up ahead. Duzick. No, but she'll head to the line. Blair Duzick, the freshman.
I tell you what, when you're playing Malcolm, you've got to release somebody down court because they are looking to push that ball, not just push the ball down the floor, but throw it down the floor. They've got guards, in this case, releasing offensively. So defensively, you got to be cognizant of that. And that's sometimes you got to give up some offensive rebounds because you got to be so concerned with the fast break that Malcolm runs.
Duzick misses the first free throw. Malcolm's been very good from the line tonight. Not in that instance. 8 of 13 now on the ball game. Final minute, third quarter. Fort Calhoun potentially could make it a single-digit deficit. Off the up fake. Massey to the rack. No. The follow. Not there either. Battle for the rebound. Tied up. It'll go to Malcolm. A couple of real good looks there falling by the wayside.
It was hurt. Again, he leaving points out there. Ray, normally very consistent underneath the bucket there, misses that one.
Now Ray forces the turnover. Can't keep it alive, though. Fort Calhoun fans wanted to travel there. Eight-second difference between shot and game clock. Dolliver. Wilcox. Mid-range not there. Dolliver underneath. Has to get another crack at it. Fouled down low. That foul on Hallberg. Well, boy, you see the kind of attention that Dolliver draws and the openings that creates. Laurel Johnson wide open from the mid-range.
Yeah, when either Dolliver is driving with that basketball, you've got to collapse defensively.
Offensive rebound wrenched away. Tied up, it'll go to Fort Calhoun. Pioneers, shot clock off. They'll try to get something. They've missed their last 4 shots, have not scored in 2-11.
We talk a lot about the psyche of the game. Well, if you can take this into the fourth quarter under 10, that really gives you a boost. When you look up and you're down double digits going into the fourth quarter, sometimes mentally, that feels like a tougher hill to climb.
And Massey. Massey gives it up. Has to force one from beyond the arc. Doesn't go. And as we head to the fourth quarter, Malcolm maintaining. Up 12. Can they finish it off and get to the title game? Clippers 53, Fort Calhoun 41. You're watching state championship basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Updating your home? Start at Crotter's Home Center in O'Neill, the store with everything under one roof. From brand new KitchenAid appliances to beautiful LVT flooring and fresh paint colors that bring your space to life. Or soften things up with a Sutherland mattress, pillows, sheets, and plush Caraloha bamboo towels. Whether it's one room or the whole house, make it simple, make it stylish, make it happen at Crotter's Home Center in O'Neill, where service is a family tradition.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
8 minutes of regulation basketball left. Final semifinal in Class C1. The winner gets Milford, the top seed, tomorrow. Lincoln Christian lost to Milford by 2 points earlier this season. They would love another crack at the Eagles, but Fort Calhoun, tenacious as they've been all year, they are not out of it until the clock hits triple zeros. Mishandled, unforced error.
I thought Peyton was looking to do something with the basketball, did not secure it, did not catch the ball. Now this is Fort Calhoun's got to make a run here. He's not shooting well, only 2 3-pointers for the entire ball game. So you've got to be, I've used the word efficient several times. You got to be inside, get to the free throw line as much as you can and make free throws, and then make those makeable shots in the paint.
Bauman in traffic, taken away. Dolliver lost the handle. Back to the Pioneers. Ellefson. Set up, back inside, off the window. Rayanne Massey, 19 points for the junior.
She's had a fantastic game, great impact for Fort Calhoun, and she's been the go-to player.
One off her season high. She had 20 in a game against West Point Beamer earlier this season.
I think for Malcolm, you don't take your foot off the gas here. You're up 10, but you know this team can come back on you. You also have to find good shots in your offense.
It's been almost 4 minutes since Malcolm has scored last. Off the side step. Rebound. Dolliver. Too strong. Hallie Dolliver. Off the window. Hallie Dolliver, 20 points, 15 rebounds.
Wow, that was a big-time rebound and putback. That was a tough shot.
Wide open from the corner. Outside shot just has not been there for the Pioneers today. Fort Calhoun trying to pressure. Peyton Dolliver. Trying to shake Nelson. Now Hallie Dolliver. Leans in too strong, tap to her, but a foul called on Malcolm here in our fourth quarter, which is brought to you by National Land Realty. Find land for sale at nationalland.com.
That was on Schmidt. That's her third. Maylee Nelson for Fort Calhoun has 4 fouls. She's on the floor.
Pioneers have been stuck down about 12 for the better part of 5 minutes now. Oh, 1080s its way down. Delia Hallberg with a much-needed bucket for the Pioneers. Dolliver can't answer at the other end. Hallberg the board, and she's fouled from behind.
Nice sequence there from Hallberg. Gets the 3. We're going to see it now. Hallberg on that 3-point stripe knocks it down and makes it rather theatrical while she does that. But then also gets a sure-handed defensive rebound on the other end.
Back to a single-digit deficit. Can the Pioneers claw back? Hallberg, Massey, Ellefson, Dolliver with the block. She is so tough to get past down low.
Keeps her feet and keeps those hands up.
Dolliver at the other end. Shot goes! They count it and one.
Talk about a big sequence. A great block from Hallie Dolliver. Peyton Dolliver delivers at the end. Ray's going to get called for the block.
Back to a now 12-point lead for Malcolm. scoreboard didn't give Dolliver credit for that shot. The score is 58-46. Underneath, tipped out, stays with Fort Calhoun.
But again, a big sequence because you don't score. Fort Calhoun does not score off the great play there by Haley Dolliver. Payton on the other end puts it back to double digits at 12.
Isabel Ray off the short roll. Ellefson the offensive rebound, put back not there. She'll head to the line. That's Schmidt's fourth foul. Folks, stick around for our post game. Brought to you by Custom Sports.
Under 5 minutes in the game, Ellefson unfortunately misses that free throw. 7 of 16 now on the morning for Fort Calhoun from the free throw line.
Ellefson a rebound away from a double-double. She's among the state leaders in double-doubles as well this season. She's made the second most free throws in Class C1 coming into today. Makes that one 11-point game. Dolliver turns the corner. Great pass. Jones can't hit. Rebound Nelson.
Dribble penetration big time there from Tate Dolliver.
Skip pass. Open triple. Got it. Nothing but the bottom for Rayanne Massey. A new season high with 22.
Rayanne Massey is having herself a ball game.
Turned over at the other end. Ellefson, the outlet. Massey. Left side, no. Rebound, Bauman, no. But she's fouled. Fort Calhoun can make this a two-possession game. But Rayanne Massey, what a pass by Ellefson.
Yeah, good look by Ellefson to find Massey alone in that corner. But Massey's hit a couple of threes. 4 of 15 on the game, but they've hit a couple. Massey's hit a couple here at crucial time.
As a team, 4 of 15. Massey's done her part, though, 3 of 6 from downtown. Now Ella Bauman. Stays a 7-point game. Out of bounds to Fort Calhoun. Last touch by Dolliver.
They get another chance here. Only down 7. A bucket here really changes the complexion of this game.
Bauman got inside, shot blocked. Dolliver with the swat, and a foul called now on Fort Calhoun.
Look for a moment there, maybe a travel right in front of that Fort Calhoun bench. They certainly thought so.
Wilcox draws a crowd timeout called by Malcolm. Fort Calhoun doing just enough to make him nervous. Dennis Pritchard will game plan. 7-point lead for Malcolm. You're watching state championship basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Coming up on the halfway mark of the fourth quarter, a key juncture in this one. Fort Calhoun is trailed by as much as 16. They have never led, but they're back within 7 after a flurry of defensive activity. Alongside Lou Siefker, Pat Jansen on the sidelines, I'm Eric McKay.
And Malcolm just needs to step up and knock down some shots. They've had some opportunities, but they've missed some very makeable shots. That's allowed Fort Calhoun to make a run.
Dolliver pestered, shakes it. Trying to get inside. That's about as well as you can defend Peyton Dolliver. Back the other way comes Fort Calhoun. Bauman too strong. Offensive rebound. Put back. Massey again.
Well, Massey ran the floor anticipating a miss. That's what you have to do.
Push called. Maley Nelson a little too aggressive on the defensive Dolliver that time. And she is fouled out.
Wow. Great defense, as you mentioned, Eric. But there's Massey on that weak side. You got to run the floor anticipating a possible miss. She does exactly that, gets that putback, and gets her team within 5.
Nelson, the senior, fouls out. 6 points, 3 rebounds. But had been largely charged with trying to guard Peyton Dolliver. Malcolm cannot shake the 7 seed. Dolliver swiped, kept alive. Duzic. Shot clock at 15 as Dolliver makes her move. And good. In on 3 defenders. Peyton Dolliver with 25.
Holberg's been guarding Peyton Dolliver, doing a pretty good job, but eventually she's going to score.
Floater not there. Loose ball. Hallie Dolliver. Outlet pass. That time Ellefson got it. Ellefson straight ahead. Pulls up. Can't fill it up. Another rebound. Hallie Dolliver. That's number 18. Peyton fouled. Got it.
Wow. And Peyton is exhausted. She got back slow. It wasn't cherry picking. She was just tired and got back slow. And after that rebound by Hallie Dolliver, she gets it back to Peyton, who's able to not only score but get fouled. And she was gassed coming back.
She's been on a dead sprint both sides of the floor.
She's been running cross country while she's playing basketball.
"28 points, 8 rebounds for the sophomore. Skip pass in the lane, taken away.
It's a big turnover there. Fort Calhoun needed to score. Now Malcolm can slow it down. 2:27 to counting, up 10.
Clippers trying to get to the state title game. Coach Pritchard calls timeout. We'll take one as well. The Clippers can sense it. Can they finish it off? Find out next. You're watching state championship basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss. More shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
The Malcolm Clippers have never played for a state title. This is only the 3rd time they've been in the semifinals. They were there 3 years ago, lost to North Bend Central, lost to Sandy Creek, and Coach Russ Neinmeyer back in 1998. Today, they are 2 minutes and 23 seconds away from getting farther in the postseason than they've ever been before. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Still work to do, though. And Fort Calhoun, pesky as ever. Dolliver fouled. Hallie Dolliver. Hallie Dolliver is flirting with a 20-20 game. 20 points, 18 rebounds.
That is incredible.
Not to mention all those incredible outlet passes.
And Peyton Dolliver, 28 points, 8 rebounds. They have been very, very productive.
We'll try to figure out who's going to be our player of the game. Talk to them during the postgame. That's brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Make it 21-18. 11-point game. Fort Calhoun's got to make their run now. Rayanne Massey's been so good today.
Got to get it back to her in that corner.
Bauman gets the roll. Ella Bauman with 5. Dolliver. Now Malcolm taking the air out of the ball a little bit. They'll milk as much shot clock as they can. Dolliver bumped up high. Ellefson hits the deck. That is her fourth.
Yeah, Ellefson is playing Hallie Dolliver tight near the timeline. Well, more free throws coming from Hallie Dolliver.
Back to a 10-point game. Hallie Dolliver, this is, if you want to win a championship, when your post player is shooting 78% from the free throw line, that will help. Drills them both, 11-point lead.
Nothing but net.
Ellefson. Back to Massey, tough pass down low to Ray. Able to track it down. With the left hand, no. Rebound. Finds its way to Dolliver. Outlets to Duzick, the freshman. From the right side, shot altered if not blocked. Bauman up ahead with it. Ellefson. Ray. Got it. 9-point game. Timeout called Fort Calhoun. We'll take one as well. Do the Pioneers have a miracle in them? They're not giving up. Isabel Ray, the hero yesterday. She's got them within 9. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
It's the Declaration of Deal sales event. Head to William Crowder Company in O'Neill, your trusted Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership with the selection you want and the service you deserve. From powerful new Ram trucks to adventurous Jeeps and family-ready SUVs. William Crowder Company is also your local marine center, featuring Lund boats built for fishing, fun, and making memories on the water. With several options for the serious fisherman or woman. William Crowder Company in O'Neill. Drive it, tow it, boat it, and love it. The Seed House, located in O'Neill, is your Nebraska-owned full-service seed supplier. From corn and soybeans to cover crops, grass seed, and CRP grasses, they have the full lineup to fit your operation. The Seed House also offers agronomy services, seed treatment, soil fertility guidance, and expert crop recommendations tailored to your acres. When it comes to growing success from the ground up, trust local experience. Contact Don and the crew at the Seed House, located in O'Neill, Nebraska, and plant with confidence this season.
Folks, never let anyone tell you that girls basketball or women's basketball is not entertaining. The games that we have seen down here at State have been incredible, and the individual efforts.
Yeah.
We talk about players like Halsey Tamala and the Dolliver sisters.
Still.
And that player right there trying to keep Fort Calhoun in it. The step-back triple looked good out of her hands. Offensive rebound. Blocked. There's rebound number 20 for Hallie Dolliver.
Incredible.
Up ahead, out of bounds. Fort Calhoun ball.
Well, you need a 3 now. Down 9.
Yep.
You've got to trim this lead as quick as you can, and I don't think you have time to play the foul game down 9. At this point, you've got to hit a 3. A couple of threes, most likely.
They have not shot well from there today. 4 of 16. Ellefson trying to muscle in on Dolliver and traveled. You just can't move her.
Yeah, you can't.
She is so good on the low block. I don't know that I've seen a better post defender all year.
Well, see that great foot spacing there. Her hands are straight up and down. She's got great base, so you can't move her, and she doesn't go for fakes. She's just very well, fundamentally sound defensive basketball player.
15-second difference between shot and game clock. Malcolm, 33 seconds away from their first appearance in a state title game and a potential rematch with a team that they came within an eyelash of beating earlier this year.
Yeah, it was kind of like all year, along with Lincoln Christian, it was Malcolm and Milford, everybody was kind of talking about it. It's going to develop that way, most likely. What a ball game for Hallie Dolliver. My goodness.
The thing is, one of these Dolliver sisters is not going to be the player of the game. Peyton Dolliver's 28-8. Hallie Dolliver now 25-20.
That is unbelievable.
Streaking to the hoop, there's Ella Bauman.
That's 53 and 28 with those two players combined.
Bauman, one of 3 seniors in this starting lineup for Fort Calhoun. What a run by this Pioneer squad. And Coach Eric Jones fired up yesterday.
Yeah.
He is a passionate coach. Wears his emotions on his sleeve. This team matches that intensity.
This is a team I will remember for a long time.
Absolutely.
It was a fun game yesterday against Lincoln Christian. I'm sure Lincoln Christian didn't think quite as much, but it was a fun game to watch regardless of who won that game.
Peyton Dolliver, 30 points. Ray finds the shot, not there. Offensive rebound, put back, no. Volleyball's around to Hallie Dolliver. Of course, she's the one who's going to pull down the rebound that'll finish this game. Hallie Dolliver, a semifinal for the ages, 25 points, 21 rebounds.
What a performance. I remember when she was a freshman,
Yep.
we were all saying, man, she's going to be special. And now it's unfortunately a knee injury and then kind of derailed some things, but she has a chance to put herself in the record books.
The only record book she's going to care about right now is the one that matters who wins tomorrow morning.
For sure.
Malcolm and Milford played earlier this year on January the 8th. Milford won that game 66-64, and you had better believe both of those teams remember that game very well. Hallie Dolliver will check out. Her final line, absurd. 27 points, 21 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocked shots to go along with it.
Just get her to show up once in a while. They'd be pretty good. Between those two, 57 points and 29 rebounds. That is absurd.
It's crazy. That is crazy production. Congrats to Fort Calhoun. They'll have the third-place game against Gothenburg tomorrow. But right now, the moment is Malcolm's. Your final, 72-59. The Clippers will play for a state championship for the first time in school history. Post-game show up next as the Clippers get it done with defense and offense. You're watching state championship basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Malcolm heading to the state championship game with the victory over Fort Calhoun. Back here on News Channel Nebraska, we're joined by Victoria's head coach Dennis Pritchard. And Coach, we talked at halftime. You said that Fort Calhoun was kind of taking you out of rhythm. How did you react in that second half, and how do you feel about that second half and heading to the championship game?
Well, championship game's awesome. Don't feel very good about really how we handled their pressure. 19 turnovers, way too many. But it was a physical game, and we survived it. So happy to move on.
Your first year, and now the first championship game for the Clippers. What's this process been like, coming in just before the start of the school year and now seeing this team into the title game? What's kind of the whirlwind for you here?
Well, it's been just constantly about continuing to learn more about the girls and what's going to be best for them, what their strengths and weaknesses are. And so since I got a late start, it's every day is kind of a new learning experience for me and them getting to know my system. So we got one more chance to get it nailed down.
I told you before we went on the air that I was going to drop a stat on you, and I'm going to right now. Certainly there are a lot of players besides the Dolliver sisters, but in the last 2 games, 105 points and 50 rebounds combined between those two. Can you talk about their impact?
Well, it's obvious. We got to have them on the floor. I think I saw for Peyton just a little bit because she was in foul trouble there the first half. But, we need to find better balance for sure. But also I'd be stupid if I didn't try to do things to get the ball in their hands. So, and they responded tonight.
Now, there was a heck of a game earlier this season between you and Milford. Now a rematch of that in the title game. What's it going to take to pull off the win over the Eagles?
That's a great question. We're going to figure something out. We tried some junk defense the first time, and Crabtree went off on us. She had 32. So, you got to balance trying to take away their bigs, but also having pressure on the perimeter, and that's almost an impossible task. So it'll be a challenge for us.
Well, Coach, congratulations and best of luck tomorrow.
Great. Thank you very much.
We're now going to bring in our player of the game, Hallie Dolliver. We wanted to mix it up and bring your sister in, but when you pull down over 20 boards along with 27 points, pretty hard to go against that. Can you talk about your effort underneath the glass today?
They're a tall, physical team, and I was just focusing on rebounding. I know that's one of the most important parts of the game. You need a rebound to go play offense, and you need a rebound to get a stop on the defensive end. So I think I was really focusing on that today because, they're a tough team. They were really physical, and they played really good.
Now let's talk about your sister. She had 30 points, really got things going in that fast start for you today. Could you talk about her impact?
I mean, she's a great player. She's put so much work into this, and I think every time I looked up, she was there, and I was trying to feed her the ball because she was hot on the layups. So, just her being there was awesome, and she played great.
You've had some ups and downs in your career. You were here early in your career. You've obviously dealt with some injury. Now leading the Clippers to their first state title game in school history. What's this just whirlwind of emotions been like for you?
I mean, I don't even have any words. Like, this means so much to me, I can't even explain it. I watch this every year, and it's been always a dream of me and Peyton to play on this stage and every other girl on our team. And I know they were frustrated with how last year ended in the district finals, so I think we're just hungry, and we're going to give it our all tomorrow.
Tough one tomorrow. What are you expecting against the Eagles?
Obviously, they're tall. They've got some good guards. We're going to give it all we have and see what the outcome is.
Well, congratulations, Hallie, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Malcolm, victorious. Eric and Lou, back to you.
All right, thank you, Pat. Yeah, I thought Dennis Pritchard put it pretty well there.
Yeah.
The impact, obvious. 27 points, 21 rebounds, 30 points for Peyton Dolliver. It's hard to bet against him, but again, like Coach Pritchard said, what do? You've got a team in Milford. It's one of those matchups that folks look at on paper and just, I guarantee you it's going to be packed here at PBA for that game tomorrow.
Well, you mentioned off air, you say you'd like to see a 7-game series. I think that one goes 7. But it's one game tomorrow. It's going to be a special one. That's can't miss television for tomorrow.
Let's take a look at our top plays in this one. What a semifinal it has been. What a tournament it has been in Class C1. 7th-seeded Fort Calhoun staying upset-minded as they take on the 3rd-seeded Malcolm Clippers. Both teams trying to get to the state championship game. For Malcolm, potentially their first time ever. First quarter, the Clippers on offense, it was the Dolliver show. This time, Hallie Dolliver, a distributor for a college-range triple that gets Malcolm up 5 early on. Kenna Wilcox hitting from deep there. This game got frenetic, the pace, but Malcolm handled it well. Blair Duzick, the freshman, giving Malcolm the 7-point lead early on. But Fort Calhoun, as they have done all season and during this tournament, making things tough on the other team's offense, getting turnovers. Isabel Ray, the hero of the quarterfinals with the bucket there. Then the triple off the feed, getting Fort Calhoun back within 10, but Malcolm a 21-point first quarter, and they've got the lead. The second quarter, more from Malcolm, more from Hallie Dolliver. Historically great, straight away from 3, not really known as an outside shooter, but she was on that possession. Ansley Ellefson distributing inside, Ray over 2 defenders. Isabel Ray, the sophomore, just scratching the surface of how good she can be. Fort Calhoun, so good at turning turnovers into points, forced 19 Malcolm turnovers. The run out there for Delia Hallberg, the sophomore, but Malcolm hit shot after shot just before the break there. Lena Schmidt, the junior, giving the Clippers a 10-point lead as we head to the half. Second half, Fort Calhoun not going away. Looking down low, extra pass, Ansley Ellefson. Able to split the defense there, but the Dolliver sisters, so good. Peyton Dolliver, the pass to Hallie Dolliver, who had 27 points. As Malcolm starts to pull away, third quarter, mid-range bunny falls for Kenna Wilcox. We head to the fourth quarter. Fort Calhoun trying to hang around. They would hit big shot after big shot, make it a single-digit deficit there off the Hallberg 3, but Another three here, once again, this time making it an 8-point game, but Malcolm would not let them get any closer. Hallie Dolliver, 27 points, 21 rebounds. Here finds Peyton Dolliver, who had 30 points, including that and one there. And Malcolm moves on. They get the win over Fort Calhoun. Your final score, 72-59. It'll be Malcolm against Milford for the C1 state title.